So basically, I'm trying to find a festival to go to and ask you to come with. And
Right.
I think that I found the perfect one. This is Burning Man.
I thought you were going to take me to Notting Hill Carnival, Stelios.
Oh, come on. No, with all these
Machete attacks.
all these
First-
machetes. No. I want to suggest Burning Man 2024.
Right. Well, I have my prejudices, but I'm open to being.
Well, I have them as well. But I have this reputation in the office for sending stuff to people.
Yeah, you're a curator of degeneracy, yes.
I like to think of myself as a messenger. Okay? But the thing is that I do this because I love your reactions.
You're a human distraction machine.
Yeah. So it's not that I suddenly fell in love with the Burning Man. Okay? But I just want to see your reactions.
Okay, all right. This is Stelios' torture hour.
Okay, so before we start, you could visit the website and you could check out the latest Rumble Live on the humiliation of Logan Paul.
Yeah, speaking of dirty women and left-wing men, have you seen this yet, by the way?
I've seen parts of it, but I must say that,
We've all seen parts of Nina.
yeah. Anyway, and with £5 a month, you can gain access to all our premium content and watch our lovely series. Now, back to the Burning Man. The way I like to think of it is because I want to sell it to you. Okay?
Right.
I want to sell it to you. There are places that are tough to enter, easy to exit. Places that are easy to enter and tough to exit.
I've known many women like that.
And and then there are places that are both tough to enter and exit. Okay? Now, this is Burning Man 2023. But I hope next year is going to be better. So let's say we went this year. We try to walk into our car, fire the engine, and just go to the lovely roads of Nevada highways and go there. Let's watch the first clip without a sound. Yeah, so basically for some reason, there was a huge line
It looks like
of vehicles that are not moving.
It looks like when people are trying to escape the cities during a zombie apocalypse.
Yes, but in such cases you have the whole road blocked with cars. But here we have one lane that is completely free. So what has happened there? What do you think has happened?
Well, they're queuing up to get into the festival, I would assume.
Well, not exactly.
Right.
I mean, usually, in this festival, there are around 70 to 80,000 people
Yes.
who go and they form a spontaneous city called
I have-
Black Rock City in the desert of Nevada.
I have heard it's just a bunch of people taking drugs and having sex in the mud.
I mean, that's part of it, but I think that you're way too materialistic.
Okay,
There is the spiritual element of changing your spiritual awareness and you're altering your states of consciousness because maybe you get into higher frequencies and being in touch with
I'm too
higher
Dionysian. I'm
realities.
not thinking about Burning Man from the Apollonian standpoint.
Yeah,
all right?
just look at the whole thing. People create an effigy. It
Right.
represents the older self and they burn it because they embrace the future.
It sounds like pagan nonsense.
Well, it's not nonsense because we want to think of increase of the new day. Okay, we
Okay.
want to say to bid farewell the past farewell and embrace the future. Are you getting it?
You sound like a fortune cookie, but I
Are
understand.
you getting it?
Yeah.
yeah. But I want to convince you to come to
all
Burning
right,
Man.
I'm listening.
next
All
year.
right, okay.
Okay, so what has happened? What happened? I'll tell you what happened. We had Just Stop Oil protesters
Right, okay.
blocking the road. So, what happens here? Let's watch this clip. We have a very determined ranger who went in and basically destroyed the blockade.
Yeah.
He went on a rampage, completely justified rampage.
This is like a GTA clip.
Yeah, and there,
So I have heard about this.
Yeah.
And part of the reason is this is a tribal land ranger, so they actually govern he's not state police. It's because it's almost like private security, but the Native American reservations
Yeah.
govern themselves. And they got a call that there might be a firearm. That's why he shouts, "Where's the gun?" So that's why they were so forceful. But I just endorse every single police force treating all Just Stop Oil protesters like this.
I haven't heard what he said with a gun,
Right.
but I just think that, just just doing this is annoying, and they have the right to protest. They can do it on the side of the street. They could go on the Burning Man festival and talk about stuff. It's okay. You don't have to torture everyone and having them on, let's say, low gears that are increasing carbon emissions.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
That's it. These people are not prudent.
Spoken like a true environmentalist, Elio.
Yes. Now, let's see this clip here from Climate Defiance. It says, breaking today in the USA in the year of our Lord 2023.
Oh, you don't believe in God.
Brutal cops are slamming, tackling, and pointing guns at peaceful climate protesters. Hideous.
Oh, I can only get so erect.
Right. Let's go to the next one from The Guardian. It's by Michelle L. Hook. I won't read all of it. Don't worry. Those of you who hate me reading from stuff, I'll just say some stuff. It says, the road into Burning Man is a rural 2-lane highway winding through northwest Nevada. Approximately 80,000 people make an annual pilgrimage to the beloved Bacchanal, many hauling trailers and RVs across miles of scorching desert in order to make it to their fabled Gomorrah.
I hope it gets treated the exact same way.
In recent years, Burning Man has drifted from its hippie roots and become better known for luxury RVs, wild orgies, and Silicon Valley bros. Now, question, is this actually forgetting hippie roots? Because, I think hippies, they have had a reputation of wild orgies and also for inclusivity.
I remember the free love movement coming out of the hippie movements of the 60s. I also like the fact that it's protesters from the 7 circles were the people that were sat on the road there.
Yeah, I'm glad you caught up.
The 7 circles. So they're to quote Alex Jones, they're demons.
Yeah, but anyway, they thought it was a good marketing trick.
Yeah.
And let me just give you some of the paraphernalia here. They say, we have to shift away from Burning Man's green capitalism and focus on degrowth. We're not moving fast enough to reach the 2030 net zero goal, said Christina Chu, a member of Solar Punks. Burning Man has served as a catalyst for people like myself to create projects like this, but there's a lot of room for improvement. Anyway, and also my personal favorite statement, the individualization of systemic problems on the late state capitalism is crazy. Diacono later said, there's this mentality that I just need to change myself and the world will change. But this current economic system has driven us to record inequality and record carbon in the air, and they are correlated. Yeah, and this is exactly the same, message that people on the left give, that you constantly talk about personal responsibility. It's not personal responsibility. The whole system has to change, so I'll change.
She is the anti-Jordan Peterson that's clean up the world before your bedroom, and I'm not shocked these people have messy bedrooms and they look as they do if they think that way. I do agree there's major problems with consumerism and materialism. Just they don't have the answers.
So I want to show you a bit about the core values and principles of the Burning Man. So if we see here, thanks, John, it says, it's time for people to do what we do every year at Burning Man. Don't be a spectator.
Why is
Get out there. Connect like crazy with people you don't even know. Tell them that they must participate. And above all else, please welcome them home.
So, 1, that sounds like an orgy invitation. 2, why is the giant robot spider from the end of Wild Wild West their logo?
I
it's
don't
not that
know,
inviting. It looks like a thing from War of the Worlds.
But the point is that, do you like post-apocalyptic aesthetic? Like Mad Max?
Yeah, but that's not meant to be intentional.
No, I think the whole aesthetic of this, and this is why I'm inviting you into it, is Mad Maxy.
But I don't think is that deliberate, or is it just they're really bad at building the city?
No, I think it is.
Okay,
it's not that they necessarily glorify Mad Max. It's a festival. It's lots of stuff there.
I could be a Morton Joe.
I hope you're not going to wear the mask or something.
No.
Yeah,
I couldn't cover up my.
But Immortan Joe had he had good wives.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah,
exactly. Now, for those of you who are interested in joining us next year, there's a survival guide, but it's not going to be fun because I like increased risk.
Right.
So I'm not going to read it.
You like to live dangerously.
Exactly. Yeah, like Austin Powers,
yes.
a movie you remember with Black Jack. He stops at 4. It says, I like living dangerously. Anyway. Okay, so I'm not going to read the survival guides, but I am going to talk about the 10 principles of Burning Man. So, number 1, radical inclusion. Anyone may be part of Burning Man. We welcome. By the way, they don't say we're going to burn anyone indiscriminately.
But don't you have to pay for it?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you get people sponsors.
Oh, okay, right.
Maybe get sponsors who say, no, we need a quota. We need a diverse community of burners. And if people don't,
that sounds like a slur.
No, that's how they're called. They're called burners. Yeah, you see, you see how fun it is. Okay,
I'm with you.
Now, we welcome and respect the stranger. No prerequisites exist for participation in our community. This sounds a bit weird. Yeah, this sounds, you have red alert.
It's just
going off.
Progressive gobbledygook, but yeah, okay.
Gifting. Burning Man is devoted to acts of gift giving. What other acts are there? Is it just gift receiving?
I mean, I am more of a giver.
Okay, the value of a gift is unconditional. Gifting does not contemplate a return or an exchange for something of equal value. Anyway, decommodification. But what is interesting, it's radical self-reliance. Right. Burning Man encourages the individual to discover, exercise, and rely on the inner resources.
That sounds like a tourist brochure for a torture chamber.
Radical self-expression. It arises from the unique gifts of the individual. No one other than the individual or a collaborating group can determine its content. It is offered as a gift to others. Right. In the spirit, the giver should respect the rights and liberties of the recipient.
This is a sex cult, right?
I don't know. Maybe you're rushing.
Okay.
Maybe you're rushing.
Well, let's not skip the foreplay.
Communal effort. Our community values creative cooperation and collaboration. It's really fun because they have radical self-reliance. You totally rely upon yourself. You don't rely upon other people.
In a commune.
Yes. And then another value is radical collaboration. We need community. We need people helping each other,
Sorry, I just read one. Leaving no trace. Out of context. That sounds like they're not going to find the body.
You'll see because you have anticipated one of the conspiracies. Anyway, let's go. What happened this year? Basically, the problem with this year, which I hope it doesn't happen yesterday. We'll watch that in a second. The problem is that it rained. But let us see before it rained. So we have here a massive... Yeah, let's play this.
Oh, you're right. It is just Mad Max.
Yeah, we have, this Mad Maxy aesthetic. We have women dancing here. Now we have a pyramid of cars. And we have all people who are radically included twerking, basically. Because this is a form of radical self-expression. They're sharing the gifts of individuality to the people. Well, they're doing it in front of a camera.
This is a Darwin Award waiting to happen.
Yeah. Here we have Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome aesthetic.
It's Thunderdome.
You see?
There's even a man with like a skull stick, like a shaman.
Yes. I must say, it's too bad we don't have Tina Turner singing there because I really love her.
Mid.
No. Tina Turner was great. I just...
Come on.
Yeah. You remember that? I must say, Beyond Thunderdome is my least favorite Mad Max.
Yeah, it's... So actually, Fury Road, not good.
Okay, so we should definitely do a Fury Road review and Mad Max review of the Mad Max universe because I'm really I don't think so. But anyway, just let's go afterwards. So basically, it rained. There was huge rainfall, and there was, let's say, about an inch of water that fell, and the mud there went. No, actually, the ground turned into mud,
right?
And it led many people trying to flee. They just didn't have it in them to stay there. You see this person with a really great Jeep. I love the horsepower of it. It's no nonsense. He left. Let's just watch this. Yeah.
And new Fast and Furious look great.
Yes. He could get out, but other people were not as fortunate. And there were other celebrities there, like Chris Rock, Joel
No,
Kinnaman,
it's fine.
other people as well. And they didn't have cars with them. They had to hitchhike. So I hope they had cash or gas with them.
Otherwise, they'll be engaging in that giving and receiving to get out.
Yeah, and also, but wait. This violates the principle of the givers respecting the individuality of the recipients.
Yes, you're
so
right.
It does violate the principle. I thought you were worried a bit. I was going to say.
I'm still learning. I'm still learning.
Okay, now let's watch the next. We see here Chris Rock having hitchhiked. He left. So yeah, we have people there. There he is. Yeah, this is not a place where Will Smith should slap him because he would fall under the vehicle. Yeah, so just well, okay, now, but there are others who just said that no, which way, Burning Man? We're staying here and we're going to just love it. Okay, and we are going to be true to the principles of Burning Man. Now, let's watch the next clip. So here is, I'm just giving you, some images from the muddy terrain.
Stelios, is this segment just an excuse to show me bare ass cheeks?
No. But I haven't shown you anything. No, I'm showing you because I want to show you that this is one of the crises that, for instance, the U.S. government thought that it had to respond immediately. Now, if you're one of those people who definitely want to listen to the political content of something, this is the political aspect of it. But there are other people who want to listen to other stuff and want to see, let's say, people dancing in the mud. Maybe you're contemplating of festival to go next week. Well, maybe you like Mad Max stuff. Anyway, now let's watch the next clip as well. Yeah, so we have here people who just stayed here and kept it real. You see how they go there and they're trying to...
It's like...
Look at this one.
This is like Mars in Total Recall.
Yeah.
What on earth is going on?
They're giving people air. Yeah, it's like, just radical self-expression.
It's one of the zones in the Running Man.
Yeah. Now, so there have been also some conspiracy theories here because the question is, who knew? Who knew in advance what was going to happen? And we watched this clip. There was a Balenciaga fashion show some months ago, and they were saying Balenciaga just staged their latest show in a huge mud pit.
Right, and
there's a conspiracy theory that they knew it was going to happen, or that they're actually controlling the weather and they caused this mud.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so what do you think of this?
Balenciaga do worship Moloch.
Yeah.
So it's not impossible. I can't believe I'm saying that. But then when Jeffrey Epstein's Pedophile Island was real, I am eligible to believe anything at this point. So you're maybe not encouraging me to go when I may be flooded at any time and buried under mountains of mud by demon worshippers.
And let's see this article here. Hundreds of three-eyed dinosaur shrimp emerged from mud pits at Burning Man. 70,000 revelers escaped. So we have this really weird creature that seems to have manifested out of nowhere.
It's on the plagues of Egypt. What?
Yeah.
Why would you want to go?
It's a plague.
Yeah. This isn't the selling point.
I must say, that's not exactly selling it.
No.
Yeah. So, yeah, if we can scroll down a bit, we'll see this really weird and bad. I just don't think this is appealing. It's not a good place. Yeah. I should definitely not want these creatures there. Great. Anyway, and let's go to the next one. Now, it says the hysteria over the Burning Man flooding reveals so much about the US class divide. When tech bro types spend a few days in the mud, it's treated as a national emergency. When working class people suffer, you barely hear about it, says Jenny Holland. And then there's an article from The Spike that I think, we could talk a bit about. If we just scroll down a bit, I can read a bit. It says, finally, US President Joe Biden has found a crisis that actually interests him. A mass emergency event has, perhaps for the first time in his presidency, managed to elicit a speedy response from the leader of the free world. Was it a toxic train derailment that poisoned the water of a small blue-collar community? No. Was it a raging fire that killed a still unknown number of residents in a historical indigenous island community? Also no. It was Burning Man, the orgiastic pilgrimage undertaken by Silicon Valley utopians, Instagram influencers, and rich kids, and which has become something of an obsession among young people from the most privileged demographics in the Western world. So, and just here it says Burning Man has a sort of Mad Max meets OnlyFans aesthetic.
That's spot on.
It's a festival where tech bros and conceptual artists go in search of spiritual breakthroughs in the desert and then post videos on social media saying things like, shh, what you're about to hear may change your life forever. Whatever you think it is, it's more. Or it could be nothing at all. Cool. So why I'm saying this is because it shows how basically we have lots of people who are basically trying to portray themselves as being pro-nature, as being close to, as constantly lambasting Western civilization, and they want to try to find new experiments of living. And they want to say that, for instance, let's embrace radical self-expression, radical self-reliance, and basically a kind of festival communism or something, which is completely confused. And we have people who really, it's weird because lots of people from the managerial class that we're constantly talking about, they go to these festivals and they go there because they want to pretend that, that they're closer to nature and they are somehow leading the way to something new. But, it's really fun when you see that some mad completely stopped them and they left. I'm not talking about Chris Rock because I like him, but there were many other people who went there. And that's a bit telling.
Well, that's why they've declared it a national emergency over the other things, because it actually affects their propagandists and their voting base, and also their enforcement arm. Anyone from Silicon Valley there is the digital infrastructure of the regime narrative, so they know they have to bail them out because these people fundamentally are incompetent.
And it's good that you use the word regime narrative because it's entirely abstract. It's entirely divorced from, let's say, first-person experience and communities. They talk about communities, but they don't know nothing about
what they mean is having sex in the mud surrounded by weird shrimp.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, but it does show stuff. It is telling that this was considered to be a national emergency. Yeah, so that's why. So, are you visiting Burning Man 2024?
No.
Maybe you have time to change your mind.
No.
Right. Okay.
If you appreciated that segment from the podcast of the Lotus Eaters, you can go to lotuseaters.com to get access to all the premium content that's on the site, such as the Contemplation series, this episode on cults, episode 4. If you'd like to find out what else is being put out, you can follow on Getter at lotuseaters_com on Getter. Thank you and goodbye.